Yes.
Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
In accordance with French government guidance, Disneyland Paris has announced they will no longer require vaccine and health passes for park entry beginning Monday, March the 14th. That's today.
La Confiserie Les Trois Fées has reopened in Fantasyland on the outskirts of the castle, selling sweets, chocolate, and candy floss.
The second Rhino Shield DLP 30th anniversary phone case has arrived, and the children rejoiced.
Park opening times are updated with extended hours.
Crush's Coaster is added to the list of attractions available via Disney Premier Access, initially priced at €12.
I don't see us on this stream.
You don't see you on the stream?
Can you see us on the stream?
Let me have a look. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
We're having all kinds of... Well, this is what happens, isn't it? It's a remote show. So
there we are.
Difficulties. Just seems to be the norm for us. Hooray.
I found it.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney pals, and welcome to a Sunday show on a Monday, just to really mess with your heads and make you confused for the rest of the week as to when the bins need to go out and everything. We were all varying levels of unavailable last night. Mm-hmm. I was going to bravely soldier on and do it on my own, and then, excuse me.
And then she had a coughing fit. So we decided to do it tonight instead. Yeah. Basically.
I went to my first ever ice hockey match yesterday. Which was pretty cool. But ice hockey, it's 60 minutes. It's 3 20-minute periods, but every single period. Sorry, Lucy's coughing's making me laugh. Every single period, the stoppages like every 30 seconds. So we arrived at 6:30, and I thought, if we pushed it back to 9 o'clock, I said this in the first place tonight. If we push it back to 9 o'clock, then we could do the show at 9, and I'll be there, no problem at all. But as a 6:30 face-off, we weren't leaving the car park until 9 o'clock. So. It's a good job I didn't promise and look like I was going to turn up yesterday, because Lucy really would have had to do it on her own.
Yeah, and I was rehearsing until 8 again.
Yeah.
But instead we went to the pub.
That's nice.
I had an alcohol-free beer.
Oh, lovely.
Can I tell the lovely folks what I did instead of recording the podcast?
Do it.
Yep, because it's relevant.
Yes, it is relevant. I thought, do you know what? I've got a bit of time to kill now. Hubby at the pub, Bubby in bed. What shall I do? So I recorded my long-awaited Hidden Secret Spots at Disneyland Paris video, which should be up later this week, we hope. So I just need to edit that. Find time to edit that is the important thing. And we might have another video up, so keep your eyes peeled.
Ooh. Mark in the chat has just asked why I haven't got a background. I'm sorry, Mark. In my haste to actually get some technical stuff working, I didn't think about the fact that I needed something behind me. Hugh and Lucy, until the stream started, couldn't see at all, because today in Zoom, my other camera isn't working in Zoom, so they can't see me, which means we've got no way of actually knowing what's going on. It's a bit like when we used to do podcasts all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can see you on the YouTube stream.
Just delayed by about 30 seconds.
Yeah, just a few seconds behind. Lucy's moving this mic around. I move it closer to me because you talk louder than I do.
Okay. This is like the duvet in bed, isn't it?
It's
all right. Your sound's picking up absolutely fine.
All right.
Oh, cool. Do you remember? Right, just everybody listening. I know there's a lot of new people listen to the watch the show now. But do you remember back in the old days when we used to do this during lockdown, and every week there was a technical problem, and I just spent all my time apologising for everything that was happening. Do you remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Were we ever that young?
And now we don't apologise, do we? We're just like, this is going on. It's a nightmare. Let's talk about some news.
Oh yeah.
I said before the show started that I put together some news today, and because I don't normally do it, I just assume that I've missed something major, and that Lucy's going to say, "Well, you haven't mentioned this," or someone in the chat's going to go, "Guys, Tom Cruise is now friends with Mickey Mouse." Doing a guest doing a meet and greet.
Okay.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm sure Tom is friends with Mickey Mouse. I mean, all these big movie stars, they all know each other anyway, don't they? They all go down the Viper Club and stuff.
Mm.
But you meant friends with, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. So, because I didn't do the news, Hugh did. I don't think you've missed anything major except the village renovation, which is our discussion topic today. So that's not technically missed. But because he did the news, you're going to have to explain some of it as well, because I haven't read into this in detail like we do.
Yeah.
So we don't need health passes or vaccine passes anymore.
No, not only that, the passenger locator form is being abandoned on Friday. I think this Friday.
I got a text from Laura.
Cake, Louis.
I got a text from my wife upstairs whilst I was setting up, saying exactly that. Yeah, you can't see the text.
18th.
It's not showing, but yeah, from 4 o'clock on Friday, passenger locator forms will no longer be required to be completed by anyone travelling to England. Pre- and post-arrival tests, which were already abolished for nearly everyone, will be dropped for the few remaining categories of traveller who needed them. The devolved authorities may follow the same rule changes, but this will be announced separately.
And if anyone had to do that before, they are a pain.
Oh.
It was hanging over our trip in summer with our friends, and we had to do it on the last night. We all sat around together, and we sort of we did it as a team, and we had a lawyer was there. I'm not joking. One of us is a lawyer, and between us, we managed to fill out this awful form.
Hugh, can I tell you something? You know when we do these,
and we're frozen.
You're frozen, yeah.
Oh, have we?
We're frozen up there. I thought we would have done.
Okay.
We thought we got past all these horrible technical issues.
Yeah.
And it looks
Should we just carry on talking?
Oh,
now?
yeah, we can. You're still being heard. All that's still happening, so don't worry about that.
Right.
It's just one of those stupid things that just seems to.
Just looks like I've fallen asleep with my head on my hands, doesn't it?
Yeah,
enough for this.
So what we need now is for them to do the same for the US, because as I just gleefully told Chris before the show, it is 66 days to our Walt Disney World trip.
So
and
close.
I just saw yesterday on one of the Facebook groups I'm a member of that somebody had failed their lateral flow the day before their flights. And we're like, what a nightmare.
Well,
we just need it to go away.
Cheryl, on the other hand, who's a listener, has just got back from DLP, and they didn't had to do any checks on the way back, but of their party of 5, I think 4 of them have tested positive for COVID. So she sent a trip report, which I can read some of later on if you like, but she essentially said it's still rife, people, it's still there. So just bear that in mind when you're going around all happy and everything's nice and free, because actually it's still there. Oh no, I think we've lost them all together. Have we lost me? This is just awful. Things are going horribly wrong at the moment. I don't know if everybody's still there, if my stream's gone or what's happened. So please somebody tell me in the chat, because Hugh and Lucy appear to have disappeared completely. Yeah, it's not looking good. Right, just give me 2 seconds to see if I can sort out what on earth is going on. I should play that music, shouldn't I? I've got some music here, which will do this. It's my little interlude music. Yeah, I'm there. Okay, that's good. We still have me. Right, that's fantastic. Oh, and I now have them arriving back in the waiting room, so hopefully they'll be here in a second as well. Here they are, and you can see them. Look at that. This is fantastic, and we'll be able to hear them in a second as well, I'm hoping. We can hear them now. Oh,
hello.
Fantastic.
Anyway.
Reflexes like an electronic cat.
As I was saying.
Straight on there.
No, you can't just jump in and start again. I've just had a complete freak out.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just aware that we've done a lot of talking about this. It's like the listeners are like, don't care, get on with it.
Thank goodness for the people in the chat. Yeah, I will just carry on. If you disappear again, I will carry on with things and try and talk through it all as we go along. Okay. And yes, Mark, I should have played the Tiki song. I'm not doing it now, but I've got elevator music, which I normally play if we have hiccups. I couldn't think quick enough because we haven't had this kind of errors for a while. Anyway, carry on. Let's talk about Disney.
Yeah.
And maybe keep it short today.
As I was saying, I don't know how much of this got out, but I was saying it's a double-edged thing, because the barrier's coming down, it's returning to normal, masks are going, and people are saying, oh, it's nice to be able to see people smiling on the park and all this. And it is nice, and it's nice not to have to do all this admin for your holiday and stuff. But at the same time, cases are starting to rise again here.
Yeah.
And, let's not all just act like
Stop licking door handles.
It's all fine. You know, let's still be cautious. And, you know, I'm not, you know, some people argue that, you know, a certain type of people, they seem to want there to be restrictions all the time. And you're like, you know, they want people to be wearing masks. We don't, but we're just aware that, you know, you can't just be like, it's over, guys.
It doesn't exist. It never existed. It's gone.
I'll start
Freedom Day.
licking each other's lips.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Do you know what makes me want to lick my lips? Candy floss from Le Confessory de Très Fait. Did you like my
what a segue? We love a good segue.
I am a pro. I know, I'm sure I said that wrong. You might have noticed when I read the news, I wasn't sensible enough to read ahead what was going to be my headline. And I looked down and confiserie.
I don't know. La Confessory de Trois Fées.
So right before we started.
La Confessory de Trois Fées.
Right before we started, I was reading these things, and Lucy said, "Shall I do number 2?" And I chuckled to myself inwardly because I knew that had some horrible, difficult French in it, and I didn't want to have to say it. So thanks.
Yeah,
Lucy.
and you knew full well I hadn't read ahead because I would never volunteer to say something like that.
So this is the sweet shop on the outskirts of the castle, and it's one of those places that you can almost forget is there.
It's the next shop along from Sir Mickey's that's got the grapevine.
Beanstalk in it, yeah.
Wrapped around it.
But there's a bunch of those shops, and they kind of, in your mind, even though they sell different products, they kind of merge into one, don't they? Some of these places.
A little bit.
I forgot about this place.
I've not been in it.
Do you know what I never buy at Disney parks? And that's packaged sweets and things. You know, I want fresh snacks from stands, but actually, there's plenty of them, isn't there?
We buy them to take home. We buy them to take home. Yeah. Usually for the car journey back, and then for.
I like the look of those goofy ones.
There's a whole massive shop on Main Street that does nothing but as well, isn't there?
Red foamy goofy ones with the sugar on the outside.
Oh, I know the ones you mean.
Do you want to do a roll call, Hugh?
Oh man, do you know what? I just saw
a bit
people in the chat. It's crazy.
It's a lot.
Bob was first.
Yes.
And I was rehearsing the musical company yesterday, where we go Bobby, Bobby, Bob, 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 and we all say Bobby and Bobby Booby, Bobby Baby,
Bobby fella.
Yeah, and then we have to say Robert, which is hard to say in an American accent. We've got all sorts of done. I can't do a roll call on everyone, you know.
No, I guess don't they?
We got. In fact, if I start,
can you do it in the style of Connie Collins? Roll call.
Dear. No, I can't.
Christopher Walken.
But we've got. I will say though, Stacey Jess is first time watching live.
Don't let this show put you off, Jess.
It's usually a lot slicker than this.
Is it?
You've got the budget version here.
Well, there's less delay between us talking, which is always easier, and less technical hiccups. But apart from that,
Pauline loves Lucy's videos.
Oh, thank you very much, Pauline. There should be another one out soon.
Costume Ken's just saying hi. He's just popping by to say hi.
Oh.
All right, Costume Ken.
Hi, Costume Ken.
Yeah.
I imagined just a video then of Ken's head coming around the door going, just say hi.
161 days till the Dunn family go to Walt Disney World.
Right. Go on then, carry on. You've got the new stuff in front of you.
And may the COVID gods be with you, Dunn family, because 66 days. 6 days till we book our dining. That's quite exciting. But not Disneyland Paris related. I might do a video on that if I get around to it.
Have we seen? Look at me. I'm being professional.
Yeah. Go on.
Have we seen, guys, the new opening hours? The updated opening hours?
We have.
Yeah, they're like open forever now, aren't they? By the looks of it, they don't really shut.
There ain't no party like a Disneyland Paris party, because a Disneyland Paris party don't stop. Well, it does. It stops at 11.
Every night.
The only concern about that is like when you've got small kids and you want to do the illuminations. I think that's the only thing, isn't it? But when you're there for several days, you just do it once, wouldn't you?
Do bear in mind though that when we saw it, it was 11. We had to take her back to the hotel and let her have a little nap in the pushchair and take her back and stuff. But do bear in mind that the sun doesn't really disappear beyond the horizon in
philosophical
in midsummer until 9:30 really till it's dark. I know it might start to get darker earlier, but you always get that sort of blue haze.
It's back
so
up at 4.
They won't be able to do the fireworks before 10 anyway.
No.
Now,
but this is.
I know
this
they
is
do
from...
say they do it at park closing, but they don't always do it at park closing. Sometimes they do the fireworks at 10 when the park doesn't close till 11.
This is from April 2nd, though, so it's not going to be like,
immediate.
Light until 10.
No.
Yeah.
But the Walt Disney Studio is going to be, it's currently shutting on weekdays at 6 and then 8 at the weekend, but it's going to be 8 right across the board all week, 8 o'clock.
Very good.
See, I was more impressed with
2nd
that
of April again.
when I saw these charts.
2nd of April.
And 2nd of April. I saw these charts and I saw it was open to 11. I thought, that's normal. We know we've had many a time when it's open to 11, but the fact that they're going to keep the studios open till 8 every day, that's exciting. And I think that means that Avengers Campus might be coming sooner rather than later. To warrant that, because do they need to stay open till 8 at the moment?
No, probably not. But also the fact that it is open till 8 and knowing that Avengers Campus aside, that you tend to have a better chance of getting on the rides first thing or last thing in the day, then it could be worth popping over there at 7ish. To go and do your couple of rides, and then you can head back into the main park afterwards. Brilliant.
And the thing is about the studios is there's not a lot of rides, but there's some real big queue sucking ones. There's the Tower of Terror and Crush, isn't there? Well, those are the two I'm thinking of. Are there any more? RC Racer maybe, or Ratatouille? Why was I not thinking Ratatouille? That really
Route
do
66.
get those tedious queues in. So it is worth going at the off hours, and maybe that's half the tactic, is trying to spread the crowds across a bigger surface area time-wise.
Spreading them like laughing cow cheese on a baguette.
You just had to bring that up. Speaking of Route 66, I noticed that wasn't in the news is that there are new Route 66 outfits for the fabulous ones in Santa Fe, aren't there?
That's right. Minnie debuting a new Route 66 dress, and not one single extreme right-wing anti-woke guy complained because she was wearing a dress.
They could see her ankles and they were satisfied. They all have a bit of mouse thigh.
See,
that's the thing.
Just goes to show, doesn't it? She's in new outfits all the time, and you barely bat an eyelid at it. And she wears trousers once, and people have an absolute hissy fit.
Yep.
God bless people.
These snowflakes, they're cancelling everything.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right. Rhino Shield. This is what all the kids want.
I put this in especially for Chris.
Yeah.
Because he broke the news of the phone case. He broke it. It was a world exclusive through Chris.
I was proud to break it, and I'm really glad that it fell to me to report it on the show today as well.
Yeah, because there was announced that there was going to be a partnership.
Goodness me. Am I back on live? Can you tell me if I'm back? Because it's showing me as back, and I think it might be back, but I don't know if I'm back. Everything appears to be doing what it's supposed to do. Help. I just need to get the others back now. So just give me one moment to figure out what on earth just happened. Basically, a sign came up and said my power was low, dangerously low, and then it didn't even give me any chance whatsoever to restart. It's just been one of those nightmares, hasn't it? Oi, oi, oi. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to go to the start card and I'm going to play some music, and I'll be back as quickly as I can. Okay. Do. Well, I'm back, and I'm just waiting for them to join now as well. So here we go. This is exciting, isn't it? And I've got the power switched on, so it isn't going to go dead again. So that's really promising as well. I just need to put these guys back up to full size again, and then we should be back in business at last. I really apologise for that.
I was enjoying the music, actually, Chris.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
It's nice to have an interlude.
Yeah, sometimes. You know when...
repeat what you said in the chat when that went down.
It was a little bit like that bit in Back to the Future where he goes, "Damn it, where's that kid? Damn. Except it was a different word.
Yes, it was lots of words.
It was a little bit more 4 weddings and a funeral.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also quoted Bill Nye in Love Actually as well. Yeah, so what happened, I did explain to the people watching, but what happened was my power ran out on my computer because I hadn't turned the power on. But instead of it bringing up a warning saying 15%, it came up and said your computer is dangerously low. I flicked the switch and it turned off.
My old one just went, it used to give me a warning, and then it just went, battery's low.
That's exactly what it just did. Luckily, it's just connected us straight back up again and carried on as if nothing's happened. So
yeah,
that's potentially good.
Right.
I was saying
we'll talk about the phone case.
I used to have a beautiful Disneyland Paris phone case with a castle on the back. However, I am prone to, on a twice daily basis, to drop my phone on our tiled kitchen floor. And this little flimsy plastic case kept breaking and smashing and everything. So when I got a new phone, I got a really, really boring, sensible, high impact case, and I hate it because it's boring and black, which is not very me. So if you can have a decent case, Rhino Shield with some Disneyland Paris stuff on it, I'm actually a little bit more excited about this than
for
I pretend to be.
€30. You're 30 euros excited about it.
My case cost about £5, and I cut out a picture of R2D2.
I love that.
Put it in at the back.
I admire that so much. Every time I come to your wing and look at it, I get excited and think I want to do that, but not.
I'm holding out for a Silver Surfer image that I'm going to put in there.
I'm holding out for a hero.
Oh, just a quick one. Darren Dunn has asked for a quick shout out to Katie, who's watching with him today. Hi, Katie. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. Thanks for staying with us.
Hi, pal. That's nice. Manic Mickey.
You should have done Christopher Walken.
Oh dear.
I feel like people aren't seeing us at our best.
I think we had enough of Christopher Walken last week.
Anyway, dude, if this is your first time listening or viewing, do come back next week. We'll be far more slick. Right. So we've done the park opening times. Crusher's Coaster has been added to the list of attractions.
I like to think this show's like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Do we need to bash it now and again?
Yeah.
We're a ragtag bunch of rogues. Right. Crusher's Coaster.
I teach a lot of teenagers, as you know, and I was trying to explain to them the other day how our TV, when I was growing up, would occasionally just kind of get a line across it, and someone had to stand up and just hit it really hard on the top.
Lucy said this to me the other day. She said, "Oh, do you remember when you used to have the wacky TV?" And I just said, "No."
No one else I
didn't have to do that.
Had a big square TV that they used to just have to go over and smack.
No, I think that's just a trope from American TV shows, and you're remembering it wrong.
Oh no, it's not. No, this was a real thing. And the other thing was
she thinks she's the Fonz.
The wires at the back had to be arranged in a very carefully balanced way as well.
Right. Okay.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. It doesn't sound great.
Crusher's Coaster.
Yes.
It's been added to the Premier Access thing. It's €13. Was it 12? Did I say 12?
12, it says here, yeah.
I think it's 13, actually.
I thought you said 16. I've just read it all wrong.
Well, it's dynamic.
Yeah, it changes, basically.
Dynamic pricing, yeah.
I think every time you mention
it starts at maybe something like 12 or 13, and it'll go up like some of them do.
Yeah.
And the slots start from 2 in the afternoon.
I'm just trying to find, because earlier on...
Great. Who cares?
Earlier this week, somebody put up a poll, and I think it might have been Salon Mickey or something. And I don't want to credit the wrong person. Anyway, they put a poll up on Twitter saying, if you had to do one of the following, wait for 105 minutes for standby, wait for 60 minutes for single rider, or pay €13, which would you do? And there's no option to not ride it, because I don't ride Crusher's Coaster.
How long was single rider?
60 minutes.
60 minutes. Let's say you're a party of 4. You could single rider, but you'd all have to split up. You could do 105 minutes standby or pay the money.
The thing about single rider is you can all get in that line and just not sit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right,
Yeah.
isn't it?
See, it's a strange one, though, because if people are doing that and seeing it as an option and everyone does that, that becomes the standby line. Do you know what I mean? It's the fact that it's a shorter wait can be... it leads you down the wrong path, I think.
What would you rather do, Chris, out of those options?
Go and get a laughing cow with vegetables from the little thing down by Route 66.
You just bail out completely.
No, I'd do 60 minutes. That'd be fine. I'd be happy with that. Well, how long was the other one? 120?
105 minutes.
105 minutes.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. But then I've
it's an hour and 3/4.
Whenever I've been there, that's pretty much what the wait for Crusher's Coaster has been the whole time I've been there anyway. So
yeah, I've only been on it once this whole time, and I did single rider. In fact, I was looking through some old texts today, and one of my managers texted me while I was in the queue for Crusher's Coaster, and it's just me sending her my password so she can get into my Mac, and some swear words as well. I swore because I was on holiday. I was like, I can swear.
You're feeling cheeky, you're feeling off book.
She said that was quick, and I said, well, I'm just. Well, first of all, I said I don't mess around, but I didn't use that terminology. And then I said, and don't worry about it. She said, I'm sorry, you're on holiday. I said, it's fine. I just stood in the Crusher's Coaster queue.
I do find it interesting, Crusher's Coaster, though, because it has massive, massive queues. And yet, most people you speak to about it say it just makes them feel sick.
Yeah.
With all the spinning.
I loved it.
Yeah. I've never been on it. And
I'll go again.
I will never say never. If I go on it,
never say never, dude.
It will be because it's the only rides in Disneyland Paris I haven't done, and I feel like I should do it so I can talk about it. But if it wasn't for that, I probably won't go on it.
I would do it over Tower of Terror, I think.
Would you?
Yeah, in terms of how I feel about the idea of going on either of those rides, I probably feel more comfortable going on that.
Yeah, I've said before, Tower of Terror, I was genuinely terrified the first time I did it, and then went,
terrified.
That was quite fun. No, I just get really badly motion sick, and so there's just nothing about it. It would probably ruin my day if I went on with it spinning, so that's never going to be worth
Pop a
it.
Pop a Stooger on, then you can go on Ratatouille as well afterwards, because you won't feel it. Simple.
Pop a what?
Stooger on. It's a tablet what you can buy over the counter in Boots, and it stops you getting trouble.
Stooger on tablet.
I can absolutely vouch for it because I recently got a VR headset for work, and the first couple of times I used it, I felt absolutely rotten within 15 minutes. And I took one of these tablets the next time, and I didn't feel any travel sickness whatsoever.
I felt a bit travel sick when I first did VR. I did, and I don't get travel sick. Claire's saying single ride is a gamble.
Yeah,
because she was watching All Ears, which is a YouTube channel that we enjoy.
Oh,
and one of them
very enjoy.
One of them got in the queue for single rider at Expedition Everest and waited longer than the standby line. That can happen.
It is a gamble on the people in the queues are in multiples of even numbers or odd numbers. Basically, that's what you're gambling at. But if you just stand there and a group of 2, a group of 6, a group of 4, a group of 2, a group of 8 all go on, you're going to be stood there forever. On the other hand, it can work in your favour. It is a bit of a gamble. It tends to be on rides that I would not prioritise. I'm not a thrill ride person, and I go on them when the queues are low. When I pass something and I go, oh, hang on, that's only 10 minutes, let's have a go. The minute it gets above half an hour, it's not my priority.
I'll never forget the cast member in Frontierland.
Yeah. I don't know what you're going to say, but yeah.
I was like, is it Discoveryland? Frontierland. We're walking past Runaway Mine Train, and he was saying, Thunder Mesa, and he was saying, he was basically saying it's like 5-10 minutes. Like, what you doing? You might as well come on.
Yeah.
It was like, come on, 10 minutes, guys, come on. I think it was 5 minutes.
You see,
Thunder Mesa,
Big Thunder Mountain is a prime example in that for many people, it's the absolute must-do ride in Disneyland Paris. It's the favorite ride. They don't care how long the wait is; they'll just go for it.
It's all right.
I like it. I do like it, and it's not a massive thrill ride the way that Rock and Roller Coaster used to be and Crush's Coaster is. It's very within my abilities as a roller coaster rider, but it's just not a priority to me. And we've been past at sort of twilight time when it's been 10 minutes and we're like, yeah, straight on there. And we've saved it. We've got fast passes for it. We've baby switched it. But when it comes to, I mean, it's 75 minutes is about your average, isn't it? When it comes to waiting that length of time, it's just not a conversation. We just don't. I don't know. What do other people do? Do you have rides that you do, no matter how long the wait is, you will wait that length of time?
I mean, for me, I don't think, and we went on Black Days, and I don't think we ever queued more than 40 minutes for something. Oh, sorry, we didn't get in a queue that was longer than 40 minutes, but
yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
We queued an hour and a half, I reckon, for Autopia, which is definitely not worth it. Don't do it. But it said it was a 30-minute wait, and it took forever. And then Peter Pan's Flight was the other one. That is the one time we said, right, we'll queue for that. And I know you guys don't ever need to do that. You've always been able to get in. With
Tinkerbell,
your dressed up daughter, but for us,
The only reason we take her.
we just decided to do the queue. So and it was 80 minutes. I think it took us. And we just said, yeah, we'll do it. Why not?
We've said before about Autopia, haven't we? It's the ride's not the most amazing, so it's not worth it in that regard. But the queue itself is just awful.
Yeah,
there's just nothing to look at except the other people, because you sort of going up and down and around, and you're just looking at people, and you're just in like a crowd of people. It's horrible.
And the last 10 minutes of the ride is queuing to get off the ride. I mean, I know that's sometimes a thing anyway in the roll on, roll off rides, but in that, you're driving, you're basically in a traffic jam. So, I mean, for the Brits, it's fantastic. You know, all you want to do is, if all you want to do is queue for a while to get in the car, then get in a traffic jam afterwards. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like
Sarah says her husband will wait for Space Mountain, no matter the queue time. No matter the queue time.
I can see that. I'm more likely to make that kind of decision about a ride like Buzz. I really, really, really love going on and playing and failing to beat Hugh's score year after year after year, and letting my self-esteem dip lower and lower and lower. It's how I get my kicks and giggles. But I'll get to the end of the day or the middle of the afternoon, and I just really want to go on it, and I will be willing to wait. But luckily, that's not a ride that gets that kind of wait the way that Crush's Coaster does.
It's going to be a funny one, those, Buzz, because that is one of the ones that we would every day go and get a fast pass for.
Yeah.
So we can get on it, so we don't have to do the hour to 2 hour queue. And now you pay for that, and we won't be paying for it, which means we either have to suck it up and do the wait, or hope that we can get in early magic hours and not have to worry about the photographs and stuff, which is kind of good anyway. But
it's going to be interesting in the US this time, because my equivalent in Florida is Toy Story Mania. And the thing is about Disney Genie Plus that we now have to pay for is you can only get one fast pass per ride per day. So you can't get the same fast pass over and over. Now, in Hollywood Studios, when it was free fast pass, our priority was stacking up Toy Story Mania ones. So we would get 3 in a day so that we could go on and try and beat our score. But you're not able to do that. And that actually angles me away from paying for the damn thing. Because I'm like, well, the ride I want to go on, you'll only let me do it once. So, and then I'll end up queuing when I could be going another thing. So, I don't know.
John Parker says, hi guys, newly discovered your channel and loving it. Binged a load of your videos and vlogs. Such great content.
Oh, that's lovely to hear, John.
I wanted to read this one out.
Yeah.
This is, me and my partner are visiting Disneyland Paris in May and we're so excited.
I'm excited.
Yay.
Have you been before, John? Have you been before?
Well,
That's just my
I still
I've got a
wait for an
video
answer
coming
when
out.
you ask people questions in the chat. I
Yeah.
expect them to
Come on.
answer.
Yeah, we can wait.
Speak
we
up.
can wait.
I've got a video
Think they
coming
shout on
out
the telly?
imminently, John, about little hidden spots in Disneyland Paris that I think will be of much use to you on your May trip. So please check it out.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Do you know what? Because we were talking about Thunder Mesa, opposite there at Fuerte del Oro. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. They are now also, I noticed, selling frozen sangria.
Oh, yeah, I think that
She's
was
like
on- we talked about that a while ago, didn't we?
Nancy.
Did we?
Yeah, I think
a
we
grown-up
did.
slushy.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, we did talk about it a while ago.
Because
Yeah.
it's turned into, it's a bar now, isn't it, or whatever? Is it a bar? Is
Oh
it
yeah,
kind
it's
of a bar?
changed.
It stopped selling full meals for a while and was just selling the sangria and like nachos. But I
That's
think
right,
it's gone
yeah.
back to fajitas and things now. So it's
Fajitos.
kind of both. I think it's doing both. I don't know.
Cool.
Fajito.
Fajitos.
Cool.
Ah.
Right, that's all the news. So what do you reckon? Should we talk about this village malarkey?
Yes, I've got the pictures to show. I hope I've downloaded the right ones. We won't be visible while they're on, but we will be audible. Okay? So do you want me to put them on?
Yeah.
And then they're going to have to wait a second till it appears in about 30 seconds' time on the screen so they can see that it's the right ones and that I've said the right thing. But the one with McDonald's is on at the moment.
Oh, I can
so
see
it's
it.
Visible.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, they've announced this is one of those things that's been in the pipeline forever, but never really concreted down. It's like one day, it's like cleaning out your sock drawer. One day I'll do it. One day they're going to update the village. As long as I've been a Disneyland Paris fan, they've been saying that, and then they never do, and they never announce it.
What are you doing when you're cleaning out your sock drawer? Are you refreshing your socks, like getting rid of some old ones, or are you actually cleaning the drawer?
No. Well, I think once you've got all your socks out, you do get a cloth, don't you, and clean the bottom of the drawer before you put it back in again. Do you not?
No.
Okay. We don't share a sock
All that's
drawer.
gone in there is clean socks.
Yes, but it gets all bits of fluff. And anyway, this isn't this.
Lucy, what I
Yes.
appear to be looking at here is Venice.
Okay.
The whole thing
Venice.
looks like it's in water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some sort of water feature.
So what they've done is they've
Is this
announced that they are going to do it in phases over the next 6 years. Now, this was always a big thing with doing the village, in that it is basically a corridor that people have no choice but to walk down. So you can't just shut it like they have done in other places and go, this is shut for 6 months. Voila, open back up, it won't work. So they're going to take 6 years to do it in phases, and they're starting September 2022 on Cafe Mickey, and the rest of the renovation will take place.
This picture's from Outside Ears, but it does say that in big watermark letters across the
We will
image.
credit Outside Ears.
Well, I mean,
they're an official source.
It does say it on the picture, but
Yeah.
I did want to point out to listeners that Outside Ears has provided this image.
And then we got the pictures from www.nt.com.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at here, intriguingly, from what I can see, is going back towards the Newport Bay Club, isn't it?
Well,
and looking down towards the village.
It's just a new McDonald's. I can't tell from this image. I guess it would be in the same place. I haven't really looked at that McDonald's. Has it got some giant M's in front of it?
Yeah, I think so.
It has, hasn't it?
I've walked past it, but it's McDonald's. It's not one of the things you stop to look at when you're walking through the village.
Not really. That's the thing. And I thought it looked all right as it was, but yeah, it's getting an update. Is anyone else a little bit? What have you got? Lucy looks confused.
It's not where I thought it was. I was going to try and describe where you were looking from, and then I got all squinty and thought, oh no, I'm wrong. So I don't know if this new
picture shed
McDonald's.
better light on it.
I presumed that the new McDonald's would be where the old McDonald's is, but now I might not be right.
Have you noticed there's a Hard Rock Cafe there?
Across the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anyone else getting a little bit fatigued by amazing looking concept art? Because you just know, don't you? There isn't going to be half the amount of trees that you can see there. It just looks magical. And if they could put as many trees in as they do in these concept images. Do you remember that first...
the Frozen one?
Hollywood Studios, yeah. And everyone was just going crazy about it. And, obviously it was the, Avengers and Star Wars and Frozen and all these exciting things. But it was the greenery in the image. People were going, this looks magical. And you thought, it's not going to be quite like that, is it?
Well, the thing is with the Disney Village is Never has anything looked more 1992, except maybe some of Will Smith's old, like, button-down shirts.
When the not the Huxtables, what are they called on Fresh Prince, that family? The Banks family goes skiing.
Yeah.
And they get those really colourful outfits. That's the most 90s thing I can think of.
It's that 90s. That's what the Disney Village is. It's the Banks family's shell suits. And it really, I've always thought, if they're going to replace it, they need to replace it with something timeless. Now, this looks very classy. It looks, it's very rich, isn't it? It looks quite opulent, but it looks very 2022 to me. And I'm thinking in 20 years' time, will this look dated and old? But I do like that they've got the water feature. That's very kind of Disney Springs. That makes it feel quite holiday-esque, doesn't it? It's very vacation to have that.
Will it look anything like this though, or will it just be like a small pool?
Well, they've taken it from a low angle, sort of going across the water, haven't it? Which makes that water look as if it fills the area. Like you said, it looks like Venice. That's possibly quite a small fountain.
Why is there a small child holding a gun to the water in the corner there? Look, is he fishing?
That's how he fishes. Shoots the fish, and then fishes them out of the filtration system.
Bobs them round to Cafe Mickey's. And that's
where
you get your fish dish.
Yeah, and he gets a few francs for it.
Do you want to see the picture?
We've also got this is an architect's elevation.
You can't really see it because it's low res, very small, and it's got outside ears written right across it. But
yeah,
it's so low res.
But it takes you, if you were to look from Annette's up towards not Chef Mickey's, Cafe Mickey.
It's got
all those shops there.
All the shop fronts.
So they appear to have got rid of the big metallic geometric stuff. And it's gone back to that 2020 thing, but it's a bit difficult to discern what's what. They all look to be in a similar order to what they used to be in, from what I could tell. But they've not gone overly creative on that middle section, have they?
Not particularly, no.
There's a nice big Disney ear on the Disney store.
There's not much to go on here, is there? You don't get a feel, because it's just there's no floor in it. There's nothing behind or in front of it. It's just the shop, the front elevations of the shop in a row. So there's not much to go on here. So
I'm going to ask you boys and you listeners, if the Disney Village it's fine, but I think we all agree it could be better, particularly since you've got rid of Buffalo Bills. You've taken away a big entertainment draw in there. If you had to redesign, change and upgrade Disney Village, what would you do? What would you add? What would you take away? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts, I don't know. I mean, the takeaways really is it just needs modernising a bit. I don't think there's much more than that. There's nothing that I would particularly get rid of. I'd like a bookshop. You know me. I'd always like a bookshop. I'd like some kind of bookshop. But then they could just put some books in the art shop and I'd be happy. You know, that'd do me. For
me, I think I'd like them to cover the main corridor walkway to make it a kind of indoor outdoor, not enclose it like a shopping mall, but do it more so that it
like
would
Trinity Walk in Wakefield.
Like Trinity Walk in Wakefield, yeah. I just think it would make a lot more money for Disney as well, because the minute that the heavens open and the rain comes down or it snows or anything, people get out of the village and go back to hotels. Whereas if they could walk easily from shop to shop there, I think that might be better.
Then what if you then had like market stall type selling things going on there as well, because it's covered? It'd be much easier to do that sort of stuff. That'd be good. I tell you what I would like, and this is just a pet peeve for merchandise in general for me, is that I know some stores sell things that only they sell, but so many of the things that you get in one shop you can get in the next shop, and in the village in particular, you can walk into one store and then go around the corner and walk into another, and this half of the store is exactly the same things that are in the world of Disney, and I find that really frustrating when it's such a big space. It should be more diverse, I think.
So would it be quite nice? I mean, this is what they've gone for on Main Street, isn't it? But in some ways successfully. Would it be quite nice to make it feel like a village street where they've got a stationer's and then they've got a, like you say, a bookshop, and then they've got a clothing shop, and I suppose they do a bit with Disney fashion and the toy shop, but it would be nice to have that feel, wouldn't it? Going a candle shop.
Oh, it'd be nice to have some you know that really scruffy, horrible seated area outside the toilets by the sports bar.
Oh yeah.
That feels like a it feels like a
feels like a bus station.
Or a 90s mall or shopping centre cafeteria, whatever you call it. I'd love some little cafe areas, just like the stuff they've got on Main Street. You've got your coffee shop type places. I know what I say about coffee at DLP. I know, but if you had some little places like that where you could go and sit and have a panini or whatever it might be, but it's covered, so you're outside, but you're inside, but you feel like you're outside, and it just makes the whole thing more welcoming. I think that'd be nice. That'd be good.
It's funny you mentioned 90s shopping mall or centre, because that's kind of what I want, but clean. I want a fully themed. Well, it doesn't have to be fully themed like 80s, early 90s shopping centre, but I've been watching a lot of retail archaeology on YouTube, and he visits dying and dead malls, and he goes to that one from Bill and Ted, and things like that, and I love that vibe, that sunshiny shopping centre, shopping mall vibe. But they could update it and also make it a little bit tropical too, please. I basically want a kind of a Miami indoor shopping centre, please, but a little bit modern as well. That's what I want.
I think they could add more dining options. I know that's really basic, and you've got a fair few, but I don't feel like you go into Village and you've got.
Oh, you cut out then, Lucy.
Did I?
You're back. You're right. You're still there. You just cut out a bit as you were speaking.
Yeah, I would just saying. I just think we could have more dining options, because the problem is your big hitters are mainly your chain restaurants, aren't they? Your Planet Hollywood, Planet Hollywood,
Rainforest Cafe,
Rainforest, Ludwig's Castle, and things. And I think that they could have some really just good quality.
The funny thing about the layout for me is you've got your strip of shops down one side, and then you've got the restaurants on the other side, and that in itself just feels a bit weird. And then like McDonald's, rightly so, is tucked out of the way, but then there's a steakhouse around there that people don't even know is there because of the location where it sits, because it's a strip with a few other bits going off the side of it. It would be nice for things to be brought in together and mixed up a bit. I don't think they're going to do that, but for me, it'd be nice to have a bit more, a bit more of a mix up with it.
Listen to this.
To go to places. Sorry, Hugh. Go on.
Oh no, I was interrupting. Don't apologise to me. I was just going to say, listen to this. Magical by Sarah says, "Hey from Disneyland Paris."
Oh, Sarah, I'm jealous.
Lucas's girlfriend's there at the moment as well.
Yeah, his girlfriend of 4 years.
He's been going out since he was 4.
Younger, I think. Well, yeah, since he was 4. Yeah.
I hope you're having fun there, Sarah.
What?
I was going to call you Magical by Sarah. I hope you're having fun, Magical by Sarah.
Has anyone got any like epiphany moments with the Village that they're like, I know what'll fix it. I know what we need. Because to be fair, from these pictures we've seen, and the new McDonald's fine, but they are bringing the Hard Rock Cafe in, and it looks to have been rearranged a little bit. It could be absolutely fantastic.
What, do you know what I want? It's just somewhere where you can get something really quick to eat. I want a Greg's. I want a Greg's, please. And they can do sausage, cheese, and bean melts in Mickey Mouse shape.
Well, on a similar scale, Hugh, Mark Chester says that Majuli would like Cirque du Soleil show set up where Buffalo Bills used to be.
Yes, that entered my head.
And Cirque du Soleil. How good would that be?
However, we looked at, because it is my birthday when we're in Disney World, and we've still not got a thing to do on my birthday, like a special thing. I think just being there is special enough. So I looked at Cirque du Soleil in Disney Springs, and it is $300 plus for tickets each.
Phew.
So nearly $1,000.
I don't think I could. I think I'd be bored.
I know, it's like, it looks good. It doesn't look $1,000 good, really. And if they did that in Disneyland Paris, it would just be filling a space of something I would never go to. I mean, good for you guys who can, but, I agree, though. I've never been to see Cirque du Soleil, and I'd love to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have we had any epiphany moments then? What do you guys want to see in Disneyland
And
Paris Village, Disney Village?
And if you don't know the answer to that, what do you want us to talk about for the next 10 minutes? Oh, that sounded passive aggressive, didn't it?
A little.
Seriously, have you got questions? Have you got subjects? Would you like to know our thoughts on anything?
Mark and the Dunn family are talking about a rival channel. No, they're not. They're talking about Beth from dedicated to DLPs there, and she's been doing live.
Again, in the chat today, there's so many people talking about, well, either they're there now or they've just got back, or
how amazing is that?
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I think there's more people there. There are more people there watching us than.
Yeah, finish your thought.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Than watching the elimination.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what I meant.
Bob Stanwell says a proper grown-up Disney store like they used to be, with nice classic pieces and good range of Disney reference books.
And
yes.
a massive pile of toys.
He said mine included. He said mine included. His book included.
Oh.
I worked in the Disney store in its heyday, and we used to sell cells, SEL, CEL. We used to sell cells, and we used to sell snow globes. We used to sell really expensive figurines and watches, like posh Disney watches. We used to sell all those things.
Nobody went,
and I
agree.
agree.
Couldn't afford any of it.
Exactly, and then they turned it into a toy shop.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Bob. I think in Disneyland Paris we would like that grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
Mind you, they do sell those things in like the Disney art shop.
I want like in Disney World where you have the character warehouse places.
Oh, an outlet.
Yeah, outlet where they just sell off like
cheap stuff.
Bits from the park that you can buy. You know, like we went to.
Do you know, me and Bob are talking about high-end merchandise, and you're like Poundland.
No. We went to the annual pass shop, didn't we? And they were giving away Disneyland Hotel wallpaper, and it was very dated, and we were like, "Oh no, thanks." But stuff like that. That's what I want.
You know, when DLP was being built, didn't they have like a little exhibition centre that was showing what everything was going to be and the kind of things that were going to be there, and they had like one of the Dumbo seats there, stuff like that. Some kind of I mean, you talked about this not so long ago, didn't you? About wanting like a live exhibition of things that are coming. So the whole thing about what's going to be happening in the studios in the next couple of years. You know, if there's any plans for a third park at some point in the future, then that sort of stuff going into there. What's the berm there for? That sort of stuff, you know.
Yes, that's what we want, Chris. And we also want something equivalent to, they've got One Man's Dream exhibition in Hollywood Studios. We want something like that, just telling the story of Walt, and it's just a walk-through museum attraction.
Stood in there that you can just ask any question and they know the answer.
Yeah.
Will it make them any money though?
And models of things.
They could do that in the
Chapek.
They can do that in the old annual pass office.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's keep Disney Village about the benzos.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you there.
Let's be realistic, guys. Yeah. They're not going to do a lovely walk-through attraction for free in the village, are they? It's prime real estate.
No.
You know, they want to make some cash, some cold, hard, grim cash.
They're going to open up a room where they can sell oxygen.
Yeah.
Sell sand to
flavoured oxygen like they do at festivals.
Sell sand to camels.
Mark Chester says, what about an indoor water slide type affair in Buffalo Bills? One slide.
Hey,
Bob's with me on the character warehouse thing. Just, like an antique shop with Disney stuff.
Yeah.
It could include some clothes too.
Okay.
They must have so much 2020 merchandise that still need to sell off. I know they had it 70% off in the world of Disney for a while, but
what about Lucy? What about that bit of prime space next to the lake where Hugh wanted to have his Bifrost lift in a hotel? Is there any plans to stick a new hotel in while this is being built?
It's currently like the exhibition centre where we did run Disney.
Yeah, surely like, if they're doing up the village, it'd be a good opportunity for them to then go do that next door as well at the same time.
Are they short of hotel rooms, though?
No, probably not at the moment.
Really?
But
I don't
they
know
can't be because they've not had all the hotels open for years. There's always
no.
Bowling alley.
Literally 2 years.
Bowling alley.
Bowling
Laser
alley.
Quest.
Disney bowling alley. Or Crazy Golf. Disney Crazy Golf.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. I would do an indoor Crazy Golf.
Like
Come
a dark
now.
ride.
Come now.
Like the Pinocchio dark ride type thing, but Crazy Golf. So you've got all that fluorescent, everything's all day glow lighting and stuff. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could literally it could be little, you could be playing through the lands of the park next door.
It could
That'd be
be
fun.
Tamatoa's Lair, couldn't it? Miniature golf in Tamatoa's Lair.
Miniature village, just a miniature version of Disneyland Paris that you can walk around with a treasure hunt. You know, like the old villages where they do the whole village in a small village, and then inside the miniature village is a miniature village of the miniature village as well.
Good one. Good one of those at Beaconsfield, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Corfe Castle.
Very good.
That's my hot tip if you want a good miniature village. Corfe Castle.
Dunn Family says, think of the cues for golf. Goofy golf.
It would golf.
Oh, you could go
golf.
around with characters every now and again. You do a four ball with a character. So there's 3 of you and Goofy going around the golf course, and just over there there's 3 other people with
Oh, this sounds ace.
Or Marvel Golf, and if you whack your ball, you shout 4.
Oh dear.
Oh
have you got that unicorn?
Right response.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Where's it time? It's nearly time, isn't it?
Well,
it is. It's
What is that unicorn?
3 minutes to when we usually bow out. So are we together next Sunday? Hugh, are you with us?
Yep.
Yes.
Back to normal services resumed, and hopefully we don't have to do too many more of these kind of remote ones, because it doesn't really work, does it? Let's be honest. We managed it.
It worked for 95% of the time, maybe 99% of the time.
It worked brilliantly for a year and a half, and then it just doesn't like working anymore.
But next week we're all back together in our kitchen studio, and we will be able to talk to each other in real time. We won't have any technical difficulties. It'll be fantastic. We'll all be able to read the chat.
Yeah.
So we really thank you for changing your schedules round to come and see us on a Monday night, those who've been able to watch live. If you couldn't and you're listening in the near distant future, then no bother. We're glad that you could enjoy us anyway.
Max asking, when are you guys going to do a live from DLP?
Well, we need to have
when my husband pays for us to go.
We need to get 1,000 subscribers so that we can start going live from iPhones as well, and then
that's the thing.
Is that how it works?
We don't have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so you can't use mobile devices.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTube.
Oh, we could do it on Facebook though.
Yeah.
Just have to think. We have to work it out. We'd have to figure it out, and also be there as well.
That's a nice segue for me to say, subscribe to us, guys, if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notifications so you know when we're going live and when we change our schedules, the way we have done this time. And
do you know what?
Leave us a review on iTunes to get us further up the algorithm.
Do it now. We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll give you. In fact, while you do it, I'll just say something as well, which is this.
We're waiting.
And I mentioned it very, very briefly a little while, maybe last week, I can't remember, but as you probably noticed today, we're struggling to keep tabs on everything going on in the chat, and we want to be able to call out everything that you're saying and everything that you're doing. So do keep doing it, because there's been some really nice conversations going on. And it's nice to keep tabs on it as best we can. But if you have any serious questions for us, send them on Twitter or Facebook, or email mailbox@37disneystreet.co.uk, and we'll incorporate your questions into the shows, and then we've got time to think about it and stuff as well. And that helps, doesn't it?
We actually had a new listener. Oh, was it a new listener? Maybe not new, but someone actually responded to you remember our Apocalypse show?
Oh, yeah. So
did you see the message from Jasmine about that, saying
no.
She would have because if you don't remember this, guys, the apocalypse has happened, so we've gone to Disneyland Paris to kind of a sanctuary. That's where we're going to live. Where
we're going to bunker down,
where we just set up camp. We're secure from the zombie hordes.
Yeah.
What are you going to make your home? And Jasmine would make the Molly Brown because it's close to 3 restaurants to scavenge food. She could make a veggie garden, and if the zombies attack the boat, she can move the boat onto the lake, and the top deck is great for relaxing in. It all sounds thoroughly pleasant, doesn't it? It's a pleasant apocalypse.
Can you imagine rebuilding the human race aboard the Molly Brown. That'd be really nice.
Well, until you ran out of space, I guess. Then
Yeah.
it would become a little bit of like a drowning risk, probably, wouldn't it?
I like it when we get replies to really old episodes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of in wrap-up mode, wasn't I? Have you subscribed yet? Because Hugh is waiting. If you haven't, get on it. Right. We will see you next week, Sunday, as usual, 8:30 on the YouTube. If not, the rest of the week you can get us on the reruns on iTunes, Spotify, and all of the places that you find podcasts. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I've been Lucy. These have been the boys. I don't know which way Chris is. That way. Bye.
See you later.